to say today, but we're going to try to say it quickly. We're going to try to speed things up around here on this show. I think this show sometimes gets a little long-winded, but maybe it's not the show. Maybe it's just Glenn that gets a little long-winded. So we're going to try to speed things up. But hey, we're going to be talking about Men in Black today. If any of you have been following my posts, you're going to want to know what the heck is going on with that. We're also going to talk about some lessons and reflections from 2022. And of course, we want to talk about some plans and predictions for 2023. But ultimately, we just want to get your day started off right with some motivation, some education, and some inspiration. So I'm super glad you're here. Whether you're here on Clubhouse, here on YouTube, or here on Facebook, Happy New Year. Let me be the last person to tell you Happy New Year. I'm definitely not the first. Let me be the last person to tell you Happy New Year right here on January 2nd. Super excited to be here. Let's go ahead and dive into today's episode. Welcome to the 800% Club. Good morning and welcome to the 800% Club, where we bring people together, equip them with the tools they need to succeed, and inspire you to be the absolute best version of yourself that you can possibly be. It's 5:30 a.m. and that means that it's time to rise, evolve, and make an impact together. I think I know what might have happened right there. Okay, cool. We're right out the gate with some technical difficulties. Way to start the new year. I love it. And I think I know exactly what happened there. So let me fix that. Here we go. We're going to go boom, 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 boom. Now let's try that one more time. Good morning and welcome to the 800% Club, where we bring people together, equip them with the tools they need to succeed, and inspire you to be the absolute best version of yourself that you can possibly be. It's 5:30 a.m. and that means that it's time to rise, evolve, and make an impact together. Yeah, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Dude, today is Monday. That's right. Today is Monday, January 2nd, 2023. It's kind of crazy to even say that. Today is Monday, January 2nd, 2023. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be January 2nd, 2023. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most. And I do mean the absolute most of this absolutely incredible, incredible day. Hey, I'm coming to you live from Lexington, Kentucky, of all places. Coming to you live from Lexington, Kentucky. This has been my home now for like 15 years. Crazy, right? I've been living here for 15 years. And I got to tell you, a lot can happen in 15 years. I mean, golly, 15 years ago, I was 30 years old. I just turned 30 years old, right? I was a completely different human than the human that I am today. And a lot has changed for sure, right? Met my wife, had lots of babies, ran a dealership, now have my own company. Things like Breakfast with Champions exist. This particular show, Rise and Grind, GM3X, 800% Club, whatever the heck the name of it is. We'll talk about that here in a little bit, but a lot could change. I've lived in like 5 different houses, I think, 5 or 6 different houses. I've met some incredible people over the last 15 years, man. It's crazy. It's crazy how much can change. And this show actually is a perfect example. This show you can take Malcolm Thomas in the house. What's up, Malcolm? This show you can kind of take and cram a short amount of time. You can see how fast things can evolve when you really look at it, right? So, for example, let's just look at last year. We're going to look at the last 12 months-ish. We're going to look at 14 months to be exact, all right? But November 5th of 2021, so a little over a year ago, November 5th of 2021, we recorded live in front of a big old studio audience, a bunch of crazy people out there. We recorded live the 1000th and last episode of hashtag Rise and Grind. I had been going live at that point for over 4 years at 5:30 a.m., bringing motivation, education, and inspiration. and it was time to put it to bed. I announced my retirement, like your boy Tom Brady almost did, but didn't, and maybe should, but shouldn't after this weekend. Crazy. Tampa Bay winning the division. Interesting, right? So we retired the episode publicly. Retired the episode. Brought a bunch of people in from all over the world. Sat in front of them and said, "We're done. This is it. Show's over." Then, I don't know, 2 months later, something like that. I think it was right around this time last year, right at the beginning of the year. We launched a new version of hashtag Rise and Grind. And this particular version had some extra amazing humans. It had Scott Simons as a part of it. We had Lolita Walker as a part of it. We had my guy Marvin Reed from across the pond. He was a part of the show. We also had Ramon Ray. We also had Sarah McCord. My guy Alexander would come in. And it was a great show, man. It was a great show. I loved it. We had live music. Elizabeth Skye would come in. She'd bring in all this talent. We had people performing. We had artists. We had all kinds of cool news, good news that was brought to the show. All that stuff, right? It was a great show. And it was a lot of work. It was a lot of work. And so we retired it again. Retirement number 2. Hashtag Rise and Grind. We retired it a second time. And then there was a season. There was a period of time where we had Breakfast with Champions bringing the motivation, education, inspiration, but we didn't have a live, fully produced show over on this side for a little bit of a season, right? Then I think it was maybe July, somewhere around there, somewhere in July of 2022, we went ahead and launched this new show called GM3X, right? We launched GM3X. That was the new show coming out and coming at you. And so we brought that show to the table. And GM3X has been what we went through all the way until the end of December, up through December 24th of last year. And now, now here we are in January of 2023, and we got a new show. And I don't know why none of my sound is coming through on any of these, but that's all right. And basically, this show is the 800% Club. Welcome. Welcome to the 800% Club, where we're going to rise, evolve, make an impact together. And this particular show is still in progress. This particular show that you're watching right now is not anywhere near complete. As a matter of fact, we're in the same studio that we were in before. Got the same camera angles as before. We've got the same technical issues. Hopefully we don't have those when we do some dancing here in a minute. So it's an evolving show, big time evolving show. We have a new studio that is being built. It was supposed to be ready on December 15th. However, it will not be ready, and it looks like we will not be moving in until February 1st, hopefully, if everything goes well. And once we get into the new studio, this show is going to have a new look. It's going to have a new feel. We're still going to bring motivation, education, and inspiration. That's what we do. We're going to do it a little bit different way, though. You see, my goal is to have the number one morning show in the world. And right now, I look at some of the top shows in the world. And there's this show called The Tonight Show. I don't know if you've ever seen it before, but there's a show called Tonight Show. And I am inspired by this guy named Johnny Carson. This guy, Johnny Carson, man, he created a show that was funny, informative, motivational, educational, inspirational. He did incredible interviews with amazing people. He launched people's careers like Jerry Seinfeld and Chris Tucker and many, many, many more. And I believe that one of the problems that we have as humanity is that we save our funny, inspiring, motivational shows for 11:30 at night when everybody's asleep. And we start the day with a bunch of news and negativity and devastation and disaster. And so our goal is to flip that around. Why can't we laugh first thing in the morning? Why can't we have the motivational shows and the incredible interviews and all the funny things like Jimmy Fallon, dude? That dude cracks me up, man. He's so funny, man. He's so funny. They do the karaoke with the celebrities, right? And they've got all the little fun and games. People are laughing and it's exciting. Why do we have to wait till 11:30 at night to put a smile on our face? It's backwards. It's messed up. And so our plan is to do something about that. And so the new studio, man, it's going to have like the set. And we're going to have the stage. I'm going to get to stand and talk and different camera angles and all that. But we're not there yet. But we'll get there. New show, new studio, new everything. And so this show has evolved like crazy, man. But looking back, when I look back and reflect at 2022, I realized that every one of those steps was necessary. Like when we did the show with Ramon and everybody, you know, we needed those, like, I liked having the different segments and whatnot. I liked Alexander popping in. I liked Ramon coming in with some news. I liked having different voices like Lolita's and different perspectives like Marvin's. And I liked hearing from Sarah, and I liked hearing from Scott Simons and what he brought to the table, right? Like I really liked those segments, and I liked the different voices, and I liked the music. I liked all of those things, right? And so we need more of that. We need more of that. Now, that particular setup, that way we had it set up, it ultimately didn't work, right? But it was still necessary in order for us to build the number one morning show in the world. And so we need more stuff like that. And it's evolving, right? It's evolving. And some people would look and say, well, that was a failure, or that was a mistake, or you screwed that up. But the reality is, every step was required. And so as we head into 2023, as we head into this new year, and we're here, it's official. As we head into the new year, I know a lot of people are saying new year, new you, that kind of thing. And I'm gonna go from the scrolls. So in 2022, there was a bunch of us, hundreds of us, that decided to read a book called The Greatest Salesman of the World. And we decided we were going to read these scrolls. There's 10 scrolls in there. You got to read them 3 times a day, once in the morning, once in the afternoon, once at night, one time out loud, etc., right? And so in the scrolls, the very first scroll, it says, "Today I begin a new life." Not new year, new you, or anything like that. It says, "Today I am going to begin a new life." And what I love about that is there's a powerful word. There's a really powerful word in there. And it might not be the word that you think, but the most powerful word in that sentence is today. If that's you, if you're ready to begin a new life today, then I want you to join me. And we're going to do some dancing. We're going to do some dancing right here, right now. There we go. Yeah, that one's too loud. But this one's not loud enough. There we go. This is the new jam by your boy Tony with the keys. Well, boy Tony put this together for you. He said he wanted to get you up and moving this morning. I think he's here. I think he's in the spot. Let me know if you guys can hear it okay. It's a new song. You got to be able to hear me over it and be able to hear the music. Go ahead and drop it in the comments if you need me to turn it up a little bit. Tony with the Keys has been making songs for us for the last few years, man. He made the Rise and Grind song. He's got the 800% Club song. He's got the GM3X song. He's got all kinds of songs. Dude's G. He's a genius. And for those of you that know and those of you that don't know, this is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right. I need you to hit that share button because I believe if we can change the way people start their day, it'll make a massive impact on this planet. I truly believe that. And that's not just my opinion, yo. It's based on experience. Look, everybody's like, turn it up, turn it up. That's based on an experience. When you change the way you start your day, it makes a massive impact. All right, so that's something that we are going to do here together. So if you hit that share button on Clubhouse, I'd appreciate it. Share it out on Facebook. I'd appreciate that as well. This is also the part of the show where I want to say good morning to you, and I want you to say good morning to me. No matter how this show evolves, no matter how this show grows, the one part that will never, ever, ever change is my opportunity to say good morning to you. Good morning, Debbie Darling Waba. I'm so glad you're here with me today. Trisha Rue, thanks for being in the building. Mr. Nathaniel Banks, I'm glad you're here. Gail B. Craft, Bella Rigby, and Sean Weatherby, what up? Rick Tamburino is in the building. Great to see you, Rick. Wes Storm is up in here. How you doing, Kimberly Hatfield? I'm glad you're here. My girl Judy is in the building. What's up, Judy? I see Kim and I see Maria. I see Ramona's up in here. Sharon's in the building. Renee Noor is in the building as well. Beverly and Jessica. How you doing, Marie? What's up, James, Christine, Tracy, Kimberly, my guy, TM, my guy. Janelle Griego's in the building. Russell Tabone, Jeremy Nolan. You guys are 47th in the United States of America. The 47th most successful dealership group out of all of them in the country. Congratulations on that, bro. That's huge. With you at the helm, you leading the charge, you and those Rorman guys. Wow. Julio Soto, good morning to you. What's up, Mindy? How you doing, Raquel? How you doing, Megan? My guy Justin is in the building. Yeah, we're going to have to turn that up a little bit next time. But that's all right. Thanks for being here. Hey, as you guys know, this is, or as you now know, as you're trying to figure out what the heck's going on, this is the 800% Club. Well, what is the 800% Club? The 800% Club has evolved over the last year or two. So the 800% Club started off as I had the honor of leading the charge in a dealership where we grew 800%. So when I started my own company, then I was like, okay, 800% growth in dealerships. I'm going to work with owners and general managers of car dealerships around the country and help them grow 800%. Well, now it's become a lifestyle that's freaking tattooed on my forearm. It's become such a lifestyle. It's a way of living life, right? And so I want to let everybody know that in the future, as 800% Club continues to evolve, we are going to be unlocking doors. We're going to be unlocking doors for more people in the automotive space, from owners and general managers to finance people to sales managers to fixed operations to service lane people. And we're going to really be opening the doors of automotive. It's always been exclusively owners up till now. We're going to be expanding that in 2023. Now, for those of you that aren't in automotive, don't feel excluded, because we're going to be opening up some things for you as well. There are a lot of things that we teach in the automotive space when it comes to leadership and sales skills, and overcoming objections and the entrepreneurial side of it. And these types of things we want to be able to bring to the masses. So it's a ways out. It'll be a little while, but I do want to let you know that this 800% lifestyle, it's not just for automotive anymore. With that said, we're still signing more and more dealers. We have 160 rooftops that we're serving right now and more. So if you are an owner or a general manager of a car dealership, you'd like to be a part of 800% Club, you need to get on in here. Here's what it looks like.
We're meant to be around these folks. We're all on a mission to change the perspective of car buying.
Glenn always has that next move before any other dealers even thought about it.
Love, every moment of being with the group, the friends that you meet, the ideas that you have, or that knowing that there's like-minded individuals who want to help others around them be successful.
When you invest in your people, your business will grow tenfold.
And now it's time for the Morning 5 Quote of the Day. Hey, check it out. We've got a Morning 5 planner. If you haven't got one, you should probably go get one. Today, in the Morning 5 planner, I opened it up. There was a quote that was submitted by an actual member of our community, Mrs. Jeannie Mallett. And the quote read this. It says, "One day or day one, you decide." One day or day one, you decide. Listen, man, the reason you guys see these shows evolving, the reason you see all of this stuff over the last years, the stuff we were just reflecting on and all the different variations of the morning show and so on and so forth, and that's just one aspect. The reason you see all of this is because I'm a day one kind of guy. I am not a one day kind of guy. One day when it looks perfect, we'll release it. One day when it's all together, we'll launch it. One day in Q4, we'll put that together. I'm sorry, I'm not a one day kind of guy, because last time I checked, everything I put on the one day plan never happens. I don't know about your experience, but that's just mine. Maybe it's a personality thing. I don't know. But the one day, oh yeah, one day. You know what I told my kids? I said, yeah, one day we're going to go ice skating. You know what Willow told me? She was like, yeah, right, Dad. So me and 6 of my kids went ice skating yesterday. That's right. Just me and 6. I told my wife, I said, what could go wrong? I'm just putting blades on their feet. A 13-year-old, a 10-year-old, an 8-year-old, a 7-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 4-year-old. And a dad. Sounds like a beginning of a joke, right? Because see, my kids understand that when I say one day, they're like, that ain't never happening, bro. My kids get it. But for some reason, as adults, we've totally lost it. We're like, oh yeah, one day I'll do that. I don't even know who it was. I think somebody here in Breakfast with Champions. I hope nobody gets mad, or I'm not calling anybody specific out or anything like that. But when I put my headphones in, I heard somebody talking about one day they're going to do something. I don't remember what they said. One day I'll fast or something like that. One day ain't happening, folks. I'm just letting you know. I love this quote today. Because I need to challenge you to go from being a one-day person to a day one person. Look, now you got to be perfect. You see, if you look back at 2022, you'll realize that there were a whole lot of things that you did, that were required, that were ultimately necessary to get where you were today, but they weren't perfect. They were necessary, but they weren't perfect. You see, in order for us to begin a new life, as the quote says, today I begin a new life. In order for us to begin a new life, you're going to have to choose day one. Not one day, day one. And the way we really lean into that is there's a process. We're going to go through that process this whole week. I'm going to break it down for you this week. That's right. I'm going to break it down for you this week, all the steps, right? There's steps that we need to go through in order to truly begin a new life. Not just say it, not just wake up in the same place a year from now, but the very first one is reflection. Like, you got to really look at it, man. Like, what did you accomplish in 2022? I want you to think, answer that question honestly. What did you accomplish in 2023? Or 2022. Think about it right now. What did you accomplish? Drop it in the comments if you want. What did you accomplish in 2022? And then I also want you to think, what goals have you yet to accomplish? Visions that you had for yourself in 2022 that now, right now, 2023, we look back and we go, man, I still haven't done that. I know one for me. I wanted to run 1,000 miles, man. I wanted to run 1,000 miles. I didn't run 1,000 miles. I ran a lot of miles. I ran a lot more miles than I ever ran any other year before. But if I'm honest with myself, at the beginning of the year, I said I was going to run 1,000 miles. I didn't run 1,000 miles. Does that mean I failed? No. Every step I took was necessary in order to get where I am today. But I can either choose and say, well, one day I'm going to run 1,000 miles, or I'm going to say day one. And listen, either choice, like it takes, you got to choose, you got to decide. Sometimes we had an amazing woman on this show, and I'll never forget what she said. She said, I look at a goal, and then I decide if I'm willing to actually put in the work required to achieve the goal. And if I'm not willing to put in the work, then I say, never mind, I don't want that. And that's okay. It's okay to say, I don't want that. I'm not willing to do what it takes to get that, so I don't want that. But just don't lie to yourself. Don't say you're going to go do something or that you want something, but then and then let yourself down. Like I want you to look back at 2022, man. How many things did you say you were going to do one day that you haven't done? You got to change one day to day one in order to make it happen. So what did you accomplish? Let's start there. What goals have you yet to accomplish? Let's be honest with that. What has to stop in your life? What has to stop in your life in order to achieve what you want to achieve? And what has to start in your life in order to achieve what you want to achieve? Answer these questions. Write them down on a piece of paper. Pause this video if you're watching on replay. And ask yourself, okay, so what has to stop? And what has to start? Listen, my company's grown massively. In 2022, we grew massively. We added a ton of employees. We now have 12 employees that are part of the family, which is crazy, serving 160 rooftops across the country, and that number is going to triple in the next 12 months. Dude, my family is tight. Like, my relationship with my kids is super, super strong right now. My relationship with my wife is super, super strong. Finances, they're good, man. We're just pouring all the money into the company, so, which is fun to do, right? It's an investment. So finances are good, right? Finances are good. Family's good. 160 rooftops, 12 employees, and I'm the number one speaker in America. 2022 was huge, man, in so many ways. And so this morning I'm asking, like, what about you, man? What did 22 look like for you? What did you accomplish? Maybe you rocked it as a mom in 2022. Maybe you got some sort of promotion or made a move in your business in 2022. Like, what is it, right? What is it? Maybe you let go of somebody, or you forgave somebody. Maybe you reached a level that you shined a light on a part of you didn't know before, and maybe you celebrated, right? Like, I don't know what happened for you and through you in 2022. I don't. There's too many of y'all. I know some, but I don't know all. But have you taken the time to really look at it? You see, you're not going to be able to move forward in 2023 until you look back. Reflect on the decisions you made. Realize that there were imperfections in there, but they were required. They were necessary. And once you look at what needs to stop and what needs to start and what needs to be day one versus one day, and you can shine a light on all of that, then we can head into 2023. Because see, in 2023, guess what you're going to get? It's not new year, new you. Guess what you're going to get in 2023? You're going to get more of you. That's what you're going to get. You're going to get more of you. And that's a freaking awesome thing. That is an awesome thing because you are a magnificent being, a child of God, the God of the universe, the God that made everything. The God that made it all. And that God put in you from the moment your name was inked on his great ledger, all that you need to be able to achieve, to succeed, to reach levels far beyond your wildest imagination. All of that was planted in you from the beginning. It is not new year, new you. You will take yourself with you in 2023. But through reflection and awareness and asking the right questions, the new evolved version of you can take you places you've never gone. So where are you going? We reflected on 2022. Now I need to know where you're going in 2023. You see, setting a goal, just setting even one goal can change everything for you. Putting in the navigation of the ship. Here's where we're going, just so you know. And I say these things, I declare these things that I because they're so imperfect, and I just freaking, I love it. They're so imperfect. So here's where we're going. You've probably seen some posts, some Men in Black type stuff. You're probably wondering what the heck's going on with that. In the intro, it's got the little flashy thingy and so on and so forth. Well, we've been looking at it, and the Men in Black movie series, it's like this global iconic thing, right? And our target market all knows, they all know Men in Black. And so Men in Black is an iconic global brand that has done hundreds of millions of dollars of research and marketing and so on and so forth to create certain imagery that makes an impact, right? And one of the most classic components of that is that they went into environments that were, and they flashed the little flashy thingy, and they erased the negative or traumatizing experiences. And then they planted new ones. And to be honest with you, that's what we do with 800% Club. As we go into these environments of things that were and things that were off and maybe traumatic, but that are keeping people from reaching the new higher levels. And we go in, and our goal is to eradicate all those negative stigmas, to erase average, to erase above average, to erase below average, and plant seeds of excellence. And so as we move into 2023, we are going to learn from one of the most iconic and global brands in history and do everything in our power. What's up, Jay Casey? We're going to do everything in our power to make a mark like that brand. Our goal ultimately is for 800% Club to be a global, iconic, multi-generational brand. And so we're taking notes from those that have already done what it is we're looking to achieve and to do. We're taking notes. And you're going to see more and more and more and more and more and more and more as we learn and evolve and step into our power. I share that with you because I want you, my hope is for you to do the same. My hope is that you'll spend some time reflecting on 2022, identify the areas of growth, development, and opportunity that exist for you, and then really step into your magnificence in 2023 and beyond. Follow us Hang with us as we go on the journey. We'll show you how to turn day one or one day into day one. We'll show you the power in mistakes. We'll show you the power in screwing up. We'll show you the power in taking action now. Because listen, truly, everything that you desire for 2023 and beyond, it already exists in you. It's just time to shine the light and become the global, iconic, multi-generational brand that you were destined to be the moment you were given your name. Does that sound fair? I told you today's show would be shorter. I lied. But I'll work on it. All right, I'm going to try to get the show down to like 25 minutes. Somehow, some way, it might happen. But anyways, listen, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go over to Clubhouse. I'm going to drive over to the gym so Malcolm and Troy can kick my rear end because that's what they do. But we're going to talk about today's show a little bit more over there on Clubhouse. For those of you that are watching live, thanks for being here with me. Those of you that are watching on recording, make sure you drop a good morning. Let me know that you stopped in. I'll go back through later today and say what's up to you as well. And then we'll be over on Clubhouse until like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So you can join us over there. All right. But ultimately, go out, have an incredible day. And gosh, it's good to be back. I missed you guys. And I will see you tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. We'll do it all over again right here in the 800% Club. Sound fair? Sound fair. Let's go.
Here we go again, locking in with Glenn and the champion, so you know we gon' win. And I got a plan, so you know I'm gon' win. Pad and a pen and my pawns plugged in. Headed for the top, that's the mindset I'm in. It'll never stop, cause it comes from within. If you in the club, then you gotta represent. And you know what's up,